What is scratching an itch like? How would you rate it?
What? Scratching. Unpredictable 2-second ecstasy ride from heaven to hell. Yeah, there you go.
An irresistible physical urge is what it is, huh? I get it better now.
Is there any way for me to cohere some truth out of roll?
Oh, now. What did he do?
I don't know the story.
Weapon repair kit, huh? I never understood why he was asking for those. We're getting regular maintenance from the maintenance bots.
For reason, it seems to have some sexual overtones to him. What?
I never understood that either. We're not supposed to have any kind of sexual drive. He's, rather condescending towards humans. It's probably because he thinks he has nothing to learn from outsiders. Books and all. Having this much knowledge at our disposal makes us rather confident. You know what? Our master has a trick to make him speak the truth. Roland is prideful. He might be willing to forfeit that trick to you if you show him he somehow has something to learn from you. After all, we do value the exchange of knowledge around here.
Humbling him. Sounds tough, thanks for the advice.
Do let me know how this turns out.
Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking chuck my phone out the fucking window. So we have to find some way of humbling Roland. The fuck? Oh, dead body. Press K. Found a corpse. Oh. Found a corpse in the study room that robot butler James might know something about. This first. Booby trapping friends. God, I really don't feel like. I am gonna. Here, I will let you guys read these. You want to just pause and read them? I feel like sitting here. Book dispenser. It seems like this terminal will dispense books, provided you insert enough printing cards. Skim through the available books description. You're taken a little back by how gruesome some of these seem. The book dispenser station, it will allow you to print special books. Reading each of them will teach you a new exclusive perk. James.
So, how may I help?
Found a body in the study room. Is he your master's?
Yes, he hasn't been answering for a century now. I may be extending my judgment on this, but I think he's dead.
Faithful love for books put aside. What can you... How did he manage to die this way? Made a grave for... Why'd you not bury your own master?
A grave for robots outside? I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. We can't go out. The maintenance bot is able to, but only rarely, and only to conduct checks and repairs on the exterior.
How did he manage to die this way?
All that we know is that one day we found him in this position, under a pile of books. He hasn't moved ever since. As for now, we theorize that he tripped and tried to catch something to stop his fall. The bookshelf came down with him.
His love for books aside, what can you tell me about him?
Back when titles were still relevant, he was a professor at the Massachusetts. His domain.
Oh, you already told me. Drop subject. Fuck. Alright, bit of a time jump there. 12 hours later, we're back at it. Got the main maintenance spot. Hello. Not like the others, are you?
Please move along. If you have any questions, James on the first floor will be happy to answer.
And you help me with...
Please move along. If you have any questions, James on...
Alright. Alright. I swear to God. Son of a bitch. Can't believe I have to look up a fucking walkthrough for that. Give me. Dexter's room key. Christ! And then I think there was, for the sake of the playthrough, I believe there was one in here too. Showing you guys everything. There it is. Another room key. Theirs was room... No, room 5. This. Okay, here we go. Audio log 5.
How the old world managed to waste so many resources on vapid enterprises is beyond me. What is the point of keeping a record on all these useless topics? This isn't a library. It's a graveyard for pointless knowledge. Give me a year, and I'll sort out the 100, no, say, 50 books worth keeping, while we cremate the rest and make room for a new chapter. The stupidity of these pre-war novels, in particular, are just too much for me to endure. I am still waiting for their database. What was the name of this wretched thing already? Arthur? To come up with actually valuable information.
They wanted to bring a new Brotherhood chapter in here. And they were struggling to get Arthur to give them information. Whee!
So, how may I help you?
I found the recording Dexter's room. I must warn you, it's probably not what you
Oh,
expected.
great. I can't wait to know what, Oh dear. I don't need much time to digest this.
I just got side-at by a robot. Do you need help with something else? Do you need help with anything else?
Yes, but hey, I didn't forget your reward. Please, take this. You can cash in the study room. It's the little room where our master sleeps. Come back and tell me when you want to give me a hand with another guest.
Oh, okay. Level up. Where should we dump our points? Do lockpick, because we might be able to get up to just... I'm just short, but I'm thinking with Mentats I might be able to lockpick that one door.
So, how may I help you?
So what can I help you
There's
with?
another guest I want you to investigate. Darren Andretti. On many regards, he was one of the most interesting guests we've had. But because of messy circumstances, I couldn't make a proper debrief with him.
Curious to hear what you mean by messy circumstance.
One night he became so badly drunk he began throwing insults at the books, us, and our mother. While the experience was very enriching from a vocabulary standpoint, we ultimately had to stop him before he blew up the entire bibliographies with C4.
Okay. How did that end up?
Well, he ended up being banned from this place. One of the rare times we had to resort to banishment. But we feared he'd come back at us with a vengeance, so we confiscated a lot of his explosives and left him with but a few weapons. So the fact that he might reach the closest community, we offered him some valuables to somewhat compensate the prejudice.
What kind of books did he want to destroy?
Economy, social studies, cognitive sciences, cybernetics. It barely made sense to us, but it looked like he knew exactly what he was doing. Picked books in separate shelves, rounded them up, packed them with C4.
Sorry about the noise in the background. I'm trying to reorganize some shit. So I guess I am to find his room and find traces of something there.
For all I know, he began keeping some kind of diary during his sojourn here. He said it was good writing exercise for him. Finding it could be a start. I will give you the key. He threw it at my face instead of giving it back to Roland.
Oh. Right, I'm on it.
And for this, you are to be commended and rewarded.
Thank you. Helena! You weird
Forgive me
dinosaur.
for being too inquisitive, but the scar on your forehead, it is recent, isn't it?
What if it is?
Seeing how this is a bullet wound, you might have sustained damage to your brain. I think I might be able to help you with it.
I don't think I want a robot in my brain. Fine, you can
First,
examine it.
Let me ask you, under which circumstances were you wounded?
Girl,
That's
tell the
quite
story.
a story, I must say. And quite a miracle you didn't die. Let's have your head scanned now. Please sit comfortably while I prepare the procedure.
Lord, she's gonna put some shit in my brain.
Oh, you're awake.
Yes, I am.
For now, the results are rather encouraging. It doesn't seem that you sustained major damage, though I fear there may be some complications.
What are those complications you speak of?
People suffering from brain trauma often encounter a wide range of personality and coordination disorders, as well as language impairment issues, social disinhibitions, and in some cases, extraordinary risk-taking, as well as a dangerous tendency to transgress rules.
Fuck. Feel weak and clumsy somehow, as if I had to relearn everything. Feel sometimes they're smashed just before the tiny splinters. Then I pick up everything I see as if it has always been mine. View things under a different light now. My ethics tend to fluctuate. I have trouble staying focused. I often put everything on hold and just go wandering off the road. Now that you mention it, it seems I can't speak very long sentences. What's up with that? I tend to jump into action recklessly, as if I always get a second chance for everything. I don't know, which one of these is the most true about the way I play the game? I guess my ethics tend to fluctuate.
I hear you.
I tend to jump into action recklessly. Something undecipherable. I think I'll say that's it.
Some of those symptoms are likely to persist, until you get used to them or until they disappear completely. This should help. When you told me what happened to you, there was one thing that bothered me. Your decision to go after the people who ambushed you. Did you ask yourself why you began chasing the person that nearly killed you? Especially considering how close he was to succeeding.
Of course I asked myself why I chased them. I didn't really think about it. It seemed like the thing to do. Weird, it's not like me. Knowing that I have no idea why I do what I do for a machine. You got some nerve, Helena. No. Of course I asked myself.
Wait. Don't answer yet. I will be honest with you. Chasing danger like you do might be a pathological reaction. Whatever your motives are, you must not speak of them yet. You might believe what you're saying.
Well, let's say you're right. I'm a little confused or not quite healed. What would you propose?
That you think about your motives. During your stay here, and as long as you allow it, I will regularly monitor your cerebral activity. On your side, I might ask you to read some books, which may help you put your motivations into perspective.
Reading, okay. If the occasion arises, I'll do it.
Wonderful. The first book I want you to read is The Count of Ponte Risco. Please come back when you're done with it. I lent it to Roland a while ago. He should know where it is.
I have questions about some of your
I'll
previous
help you
guests.
as much as I can, as long as you don't ask me to breach medical confidentiality.
Don't get any more. The drunk guy you had to kick out, Darren
He
Andretti.
was one of my patients. As such, there is some information I'm not allowed to tell you.
Something that isn't confidential,
He
then.
was a young man who hadn't reached his 20s yet. By his own
Oh,
admission,
really?
He had a restless personality, a temper that didn't go well with community life. That's why he chose to become a prospector. He couldn't read at first, but during his stay here, he worked very hard and quickly became quite literate. Almost too quickly.
Too quick. Do you two speak
As a
regularly?
matter of fact, yes. Even out of our therapy sessions, he would often bring me books for me to read. The first times he asked was because he didn't know how to read. The next because he simply enjoyed hearing me, he said.
What kind of books did he ask you to read?
Poetry and songbooks. It didn't matter to him that I couldn't sing. For some reason, said readings would make Roland come all the way here.
Do you remember one of these songs or a poem that made Roland come over?
Yes, I believe I still have one of those around.
What's the title of that book? Can you read me an excerpt?
Why not? I'm enjoying reading poetry to our guests. The thought of you sends me shivering. I'm dressed in lace, sailing down a black reverie. My heart is thrown to the pebbles and the boatmen. All the time I find I'm living in that evening with that feeling of sticky love inside.
Okay. No, okay, what's the title of that book?
The kick inside.
Kick
That's
Inside.
because it's kind of visceral, I suspect.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Let's have some about Piper.
Strong character. Piper had seen many things and lived a whole lot of experiences outside. Survived the Holocaust, too.
Wait, what? Is there a reason why Roland gave me Piper's old room?
I don't know. He never let anyone in Piper's room before you. When I think of it, the only parallel I can draw between the two of you is a notable head wound and a tendency for vengeance.
And a pendency for vengeance. Wow, thanks. A head wound?
Piper had an eye patch. A bullet wound, most likely. Roland may have drawn a parallel between the two of you. If you ever find a way to force Roland to tell you the truth, and this might not come easy, you might get something interesting out of this. I know that, despite his foolhardy behavior, there is nothing gratuitous in his actions.
Right, Piper was planning some kind of revenge?
I can't tell you more about it. The rest falls under patient-therapist confidentiality.
Fall under this dick. Oh, well, no, wait, given the context of what happened, that's not good. What was the deal with Piper?
Strong character. Piper had seen many things and lived a whole lot of experiences.
Okay, so it's
outside.
just gonna repeat that. I check there's other things I want to know about
They
Roland.
are.
Was your master some kind of masochist to program a robot to be that obnoxious? To be honest, he's giving me a hard time. Any advice on how to handle him?
Please keep in mind that whatever you tell him, he will use it at the first occasion to irritate you. He's both clever and persistent. That said, I remember 2 people that managed to avert his vigorous badgering.
What? That's news to me. Who were they?
As time went by, our master seemed more and more amused by Roland's provocations. In the end, every time Roland tried to taunt our master, he shrugged it off with a laugh. As for the other one, it was our first guest, Piper.
What's with the stupid hat and cowboy boots?
Well, Roland forbids me to tell that story, but I'm not supposed to follow his orders anyway. It's a rather amusing story, to be honest. As you know, our master defined Roland to be offensive and irritating in great variety of ways. And there was one method which he was very proficient with: impersonation. Seeing how we resemble each other physically, the only way our master could differentiate us at the time was our voice modules. Then one fine day, Roland discovered he could mimic both my and James's voices. He'd then pass up as one of us and act as if he was malfunctioning. For a time, our master bought it and went to great troubles trying to repair us, until he realized that Rollo was mocking him all along. So he put a cowboy hat and star on him so he could never fool him again. Later, he decided to paint us all and give us some visual identity.
What was your master some kind of masochist to program a robot to be that obnoxious?
A little bit, yes. our master needed to stay focused. Even if we each provided a form of stimulation, we were more or less yes men to him. He needed something to push him out of his boundaries from time to time. So to keep his fighting spirit alive, he programmed Roland. And as for why he allowed Roland to be offensive to our guests, I suppose he thought that it was critical for our guests to have at least a modicum of patience or self-derision.
Enough with Roland. We dignified him with enough chatter already.
I tell you it gets better with time, but I would be lying.
Questions about them. Tell me about yourself.
Oh, I assure you there is nothing much to know about me. I examine, I treat, I stitch. When I'm not, I try to develop my psychoanalytical skills, which is quite difficult.
Are you that good with a scalpel? I might need your services in the near future. Skeptical when a robot tells me about its psychological abilities. Tell me about your difficulties in the shrinking department. What?
It's frustrating, having all this theoretical knowledge of human psyche without any personal experience of human feelings and internal conflicts. It's like having a
That's how it'd be.
preventing
You're
me
a
from
robot.
seeing something I've been touching for decades.
It's turf. It's not being mean, just stating the truth. That's a handful for sure. Look at me, for instance. I have no idea what I'll be eating tonight. I'm at a loss here. How am I supposed to have something useful to pitch to that? Good luck with that, I suppose. Seems amusing.
What does that have to do with it?
Not really. Actually, let's go back and I want to ask her. Or I want to say this one.
How could you think otherwise? My interrogations are ridiculous. It's just as if I asked you to think exclusively in binary.
Are you that good with a scalpel? I might need your services in the near
I
future.
treated quite my share of traumas during the last decades. Most of the time, our guests arrive in need of medical attention.
I'm a little skeptical when a robot tells me its psychological skills.
I'm hearing you. To be truthful, I shared the same skepticism, if only to a certain extent. Though I doubt my own skills, I have reason to think that machines will ultimately be able to provide this kind of service to humans. Let me take the surgery machine, for instance. It doesn't understand what it does, but it can heal human bodies all the same. In the same manner, machines with no conceptual comprehension of the human mind might provide some of the support it needs.
Alright, I know enough about you for now.
I wish to talk about something else.
We'll talk more later.
Any.
Alright, so we learned what we could from her about Darren, yes. But we'll talk to Roland on the way to check out his room. Hey, Rollo.
You again. You know, I should thank you. Somehow you've made me transcend my codebase and wish I had a stomach full of half-the...
Shut the fuck. By any chance, anything you might be able to tell me about Darren Andretti guy?
Oh, sure. I knew from the first second this guy was bad news. Just like you, as a matter of fact. So I gave him a well-deserved hard time. He didn't even seem to mind that much, though. Isn't that interesting? No man with a clear conscience can put up with little old me.
Probably we're gonna ask this one hard time. How is it that you're so inclined to answer my questions this time? Oh, hard time.
Surprise visits, my man. I'd knock on the door in the middle of the night and ask him what time it was. And then when he just began answering, I'm like, it's surprise visit time! And every goddamn time, he'd open the door and let me inspect the room, and that's how I knew he was up to no good. Anybody normal wouldn't have put up with this. In the end, he didn't even answer what time it was anymore. He would just mumble, surprise visit time, bleh, and let me in. What a fool.
You're inclined to answer my questions this time.
Well, I just love to brag.
Please mind that I don't put up with your shit.
Yeah, well, you're no saint either, my man. You tracked mud in here and you smell like shit. I mean, every bot in here has a smell sensitivity 1,000 times higher than a mere human, but they're too polite to say anything. Well, not me.
I somehow highly doubt that, Roland. I'll work with that. I'm surprised to say this, but you've been helpful.
Well, of course I've been helpful. I'm a gift from the heavens, after all.
Oh, I want to kill him again. I've been wanting to say this one. Prim Slim, is that you?
Prim who now?
Well, there's a robot outside which looks just like you, a wreck with a cowboy hat and sheets.
Oh, we all look the same to you. Is that it, you racist motherfucker? Yeah, I thought so. Well, we look more different than Asians, at least. Uh-oh. I didn't say
Oh,
that.
come on, Roland. Fuck's sake. Tell me, is there a reason why you're the only one here with such a unique flair?
Look, you just mind your own goddamn business and go back to inhaling all the oxygen and jerking off to whatever you filthy animals do, okay?
Dude. Why are you provoking your other fellow robots, especially Helena?
Must I spell everything out for you? Pay attention, you'll figure it out.
No, really, I don't know why you do it. You're programmed to piss off humans. But because you're not really robots, but rather human brains and jars part of the machine. Programmed to piss off
And
humans.
like many things in this world, that's something you don't need to know.
Spit it out, Roland. I'm serious.
Oh, you're serious? Well, I had no idea. That changes everything. Well, I'm serious too. Mind your own fucking business.
You like to be all open mind, bitch.
Are you listening to yourself? Brains in jars? Is that where you left yours?
Had I played Old World Blues, maybe I did.
You brought that matter up, motherfucker, not me.
You need a counterpoint.
Yeah, I was. I couldn't get what it was about. You need it for something? It's around here somewhere.
Around here somewhere. What did Helena offer you that?
Hell if I know. Did she expect me to have some kind of life-changing epiphany? Some transfigurative moment that changes me forever from a petty, angry piece of garbage? Well, not so, my ugly friend. I have my own favorite reads.
Around here somewhere.
It's on a table downstairs. Probably.
Nothing.
Anytime.
What times I won't put you back in your place.
That sounds like a challenge. You want to fight? I built a Thunderdome out back. Wait, I got a basketball. How about a game of horse? Checkers? Hey, if you back out, you busted deal, face the wheel.
Challenge, alright? Time to dismantle your contorted rhetorics.
What's up the ante? If you convince me that I have something to learn from the outside people, I'll tell you anything you want to know. Anything. If you don't or get sidetracked, well, you lose the bet. Let's say 100 taps. First try's on me, though. Here you go. Hit me.
Those pictures on the wall, they're upside down. The sky is the other way. Some of them are, yes. Or if you're not ready for the outside world, then it's dangerous.
Like you're in any position to know what art is, you savage. The picture right behind the counter, that spiral thing, you know what that is?
Oh, fuck. Probably can't see which one he's talking about. That one? Kind of does look like the way the roads are set up in a quarry. That one.
And you just demonstrated you're an uncultured buffoon. Thank you for...
Ah, fucking cunt.
That sounds like... Wait. 100 caps up front.
Ah, fuck.
Watch out, we got...
We'll try this one again and say, I don't enlighten.
Why bother? The goal here was for you to prove there's something up...
Oh, you fucking cunt. Oh, okay. Alright, so what room was... Room 3 was Darren and Treddy. Can you see? Handle it. I carefully writing my thoughts as they come. By writing, I ensure that what I am learning stays anchored in my mind, so I write again and again and again. Yet I can't get this right. This page is one of the numerous sheets Darren used to practice his writing. Something on the page gets your attention and he was in the corner. A plus 1 equals B, Darren wrote. Graph. Paper. Oh, a diary. Had the weirdest dream last night. Dad was here, looking at me through his broken glasses, nodding on the occasion. My head was covered with a myriad of small windows. They were encrusted in my skin and opened all the time. I was afraid my brain would pour out, so I tried to close them all, yet they always bursted open afterwards. Mom came in to help me pick up the bits of brains that fell on the floor. Somehow, between the time she took them and stuffed them back in my head, they turned into sheets of paper. I asked her why she was doing that, but I couldn't utter a single word. She handed me her backpack and some kind of plasma gun. I asked her what I was to do with it, and then she began singing erotic sounds, and that dear old diary was simply too much. Badly stained sheet of paper. A large sentence is awkwardly written, dreadfully smeared, even across this badly stained paper sheet. I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Here's my hand, and here's my gun. I always remembered how my mom liked to tell my dad off and brought me along when she went excavating old world ruins. Gosh, was I excited when she did that. Tell me everything I had to know about explosives. How to rig them, time and all. I remembered something the other day, though, something I totally forgot. During one of our expeditions, we had found one of those ultra-sweet weapons, even more old-worldish than the others. Mom spent a little time examining those. I couldn't contain myself. Those things were so shiny. They had got to bring us some heavy caps. After a while, she placed the weapon down with the rest of them back in the bottom of the ruin and asked me to stay outside, go out after a while, and pushed her detonator. When I asked her... No, when I yelled why she destroyed it, she told me that excavating weapons that could kill people one at a time is all fine and dandy, provided you're a little careful who you're selling them to, but bringing out weapons that could burn down entire towns, well, we should have some rules against that. Burn down entire towns. My reading skills are subpar right now. Now that's quite a pile of papers, probably gibberish written by Darren. You decide to read it thoroughly in hopes finding something remotely useful. Reading such a large amount of almost nonsensical text is quite the ordeal. On one paper, though, something catches your eyes. You're not sure... I'm gonna sit up for a minute. But there's something possibly that Darren laid down cryptic indications to a nearby spot. You're a bit puzzled, though. If it wasn't for your sharp mind, you would have completely missed it. Darren was obviously not as stupid as he seems. You marked the place in your Pip-Boy. It's not very far from the library. Need some food and drink some water to get rid of that. Pork and beans. Pork and beans. More. Still need to eat more food. Get paper. To be able to earnestly say something in its contrary without the slightest bit of embarrassment is the path to genius. Rough draft. More. Fragment of Darren's Journal 1. I'm getting tired of playing dumb. They probably imagine I couldn't write or read a single word before I came to the library. When I've been keeping a journal since I was 7. Baking literacy has been the ticket for a very comfy stay, but it didn't net me much of a reward as I hoped. I know they got weapons from what I gathered. The access in the southeastern corner. First floor secured, but it's there. I haven't succeeded in picking the lock, and there is no terminal connected to it. There's got to be a way in. My time is running out. I'm getting sick of this place. On top of that, I saw some night stalkers roaming outside, not too far from my cache. Maybe it's just time for me to leave. They played stupid. It's to be expected. Honestly. Crap morph. The whole note is written in a very hesitant writing. I learned a lot today. Genitalias of all sizes and flavor are drawn on the back of the sheet. What the fuck? I really should begin to keep track of where I hide them, really. I have found another of those weird key cards. How many of them are there? I tried it everywhere I could. Couldn't find any of the doors it's supposed to open. I'll hide it in the meantime in the G, in the RBR, BBR, G, BBR. I wouldn't want to answer why I have those, especially if Roland stumbles on during one of his famous surprise visits. Want to know by which hole someone is trying to screw you over? Pay attention to what he isn't saying. Figures couldn't have done shit for them. I had been a doctor. Not to be much in here. Paper. Oh, let's get those card caches right. One in the planter, one with a chessboard, one on a typewriter. Oh, fuck me. I will come back and check it out later. Right now, I really don't give a fuck. What kind of shit? Once again, I couldn't make sense of anything that Bayes computer Arthur told me. I still think there's some kind of pattern, some kind of secret hidden in all of his stories, but I just don't know what it is, and I still went through every book on encryption methods that I could find to no avail, of course. Well, at least I hid one of those strange key cards in a broken terminal there. I already got that one. Roland doesn't bother me when I'm in the computer room anyway, so I should consider hiding things there more often. So we need to exit the library and go check out this place he wanted me to do. Fuck. There. This was this way, right? Sheet of paper. This place is a serious blow to the morale. That pops raised me with the tales of the golden era that was the old world, technology, progress, enlightenment, and whatnot. The more I goddamn read from all those goddamn books, the more I see how petty and vain it was. What's even more depressing is the fact that our own civilization is trying its utmost to pick up the old world's trail where it was, going straight ahead from the same wall it crashed in. And nothing I read makes me think I will ever learn from our history. We will ever learn from our history since I've been there. I'm asking myself how much better off we survivors would be if there wasn't so much of the old world relics to keep us down. They even got a book on how to lobotomize workers to make them more efficient, for fuck's sakes. I'm gonna hit the bottom. Fragment of Darren Journals Part 2. The whole page is written with very confident handwriting until it ends abruptly, that is. So I guess my big show ends here. Serves me right for picking up the booze, I guess. The good news are I successfully sneaked out quite a lot of supplies. My only regret is that I failed to break into their weapons room. From what I gathered, they have amassed quite a stash there, especially after killing that slaver gang. Now on top of that, they also confiscated all the C4 I was bringing for emergencies. Won't complain though, they compensated me most generously. A man's gotta be able to accept all the good luck he can get without regret. It will soon be time to hit the road. There are lots of Night Stalkers in this area, and I wouldn't try it. The blood trail. Oh, there's a blood trail. Stalker tail. Here, food. Definitely use that. Bottle fuck. Oh, there's one more sheet of paper. You blew it up and forgot, you silly fuck. Just the blood trail. Millimeter pistol. Ah, fuck me. Ah, fuck me. Oh, it's a flame gecko! Ah! It burns! Oh, it burns! Oh, it burns! Oh, they do so much damage. Hey! Oh, wait, no, they don't do that much damage. Wait a minute. Too bad I don't do much damage to them either. Oh my god, there's so many. Oh my god, there's so many of them. Fuck off. Fuck off, there's so much fire. Ow, 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 ow. Could we do the don't, please? Oh, you little assholes. Fuck's sake. And it happened right after I fucking saved, too. Alright, we'll just grab what's in that fucking trunk and run. Gotta go fast, gotta go fast, gotta go fast, 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 fast. Are they still chasing me? Yes, they are indeed. To go away. Time to go away. They won't chase me in here. I think we found everything there is to find out there. I feel like we were supposed to find his body. And I want to find more, but I'm literally incapable. I'm not strong enough to fight those things. And I really don't want to have to cheat, but for the sake of mod shit, I might have to. So with my combination of mods, this thing is kicking. God, where the fuck is it? Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I hate that I'm gonna have to do it. We won't. God, we'll just... Okay, game, you wanna, like, listen to me? Here. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Your buddies to fuck off. Oh. That's the anger of me from all the way over there. You wanna just, like... Don't. Oh, goddammit, there's another one! How many were there before? 5? I feel like we're supposed to find something else. Over there. Geckos. Oh, fuck, more geckos! Oh yeah, it's more the same shit. I can't get this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, little guys. Can I do any damage to you? No. Well, kind of. Hey, there we go. Kill them. The savage ones are just ridiculously powerful. I feel like his body's got to be around here somewhere. Cool. Hello. Whoa, frame rate. Jesus. Inheritance mod does. I don't know. I can't remember. Talk to Jim.
Falling leaves were drifting by the window. Oh, you're here. Sorry. I was, well, how may I assist you?
About the Andretti case.
Yes?
There... Like, his ignorance was all just a feint. All he wanted to do was rob the library.
That's quite a disappointment, I must admit. But that doesn't explain why he wanted to wreck it. Maybe there's something we missed. I hope he still managed to... Anyway, your work is very beneficial for us. This is a small reward compared to the help you...
Oh, I thought we'd be able to talk.
Thank...
No. I want to reload that. Go talk to him. Oh, that's fucking load. God, I'm brain dead. Got the IQ of a fucking walnut, and I cannot help it.
Falling leaves were drifting by the...
Yeah. About the Andretti case, there's some things I wanted to go over. Oh, never mind. Okay. About the Andretti case, rather interested in all this knowledge, even if he was deeply at odds with what he wished to rob the library before his newfound hatred for the old world got the best of him. He was rather interested in all this knowledge, even if he was deeply at odds with what he learned.
And I'm glad he came here. Illusions are dangerous. The sad thing is, he didn't stay longer to see that everything wasn't as disappointing as he thought. Anyway, your work is very beneficial for us. This is a small reward compared to the help you're providing.
I feel like we shouldn't just give...
Thank you.
We shouldn't just tell James everything is bad. All these people that he's been inviting in are horrible fucking people. We shouldn't tell him that because I feel like they're going to shut the library for good. But I have no idea, honestly. Maybe it has nothing to fucking do with it. But we'll find out what happens at the end of this. So who's my next client?
This case is a little bit different than the others. This time I'll ask you to get the opinion of one of our current residents, a man named Robson.
Saying I'm not alone in here?
Yes, he's still with us. Given his cautious nature, it's not a surprise you haven't met him yet. He always tries to keep clear from new guests, and even from us lately. I thought he stayed here only to sate his curiosity, but given his recent behavior, I'm starting to wonder if there's anything else behind it. From what I gathered, being a ghoul is not the fairest of fates.
Really? And why are you sure he's still in the vault?
For one thing, our food supply has been consumed on a regular basis, and I'm taking into account your own ruthless appetite.
Bitch, I barely ate! You're independent on me, James. How come I didn't see him even once? I can't imagine someone living here without leaving a trace.
Exactly. Many of our guests leave some kind of trace during their stay here, usually in the bathroom. He should be of no exception. For example, I remember he tends to forget his glasses everywhere. Memory troubles, I believe, and he also has a tendency to say some pretty weird things from time to time.
Kind of weird things.
Every once in a while, he would stand up there on the second floor, point his finger at me, and make prophetic declarations. Something like, "Autumn leaves never stop falling," or "The strings are cut, but you still dance." Confusing, I know.
Actually, that kind of makes sense.
Because I would have had nightmares.
Before I confront him, is he dangerous?
I don't know what kind of answer I can give. Does he look dangerous? No. Does he have a knife? Yes. Yes, he does.
Why was that such an enthusiastic yes? Okay. Have any habit, favorite spots, or robot he prefers to talk to?
I really don't see him much. For all I know, he could be hiding in a toilet or behind some bookshelf. I really couldn't find him anywhere. I sometimes hear footsteps in the nearby corridors, though maybe one of my siblings is bound to know something, since we don't have feet. It is kind of suspicious.
So... Okay, I'll get on it, but I tell you, I don't like the sound of this at all.
I wish you luck anyways.
Let's ask him about his master. Oh no, okay, we already know everything. Alright, I'll be going. To give us any more...